What I want to move to is my favourite story, I think, in showbiz this year. The Justin Baldoni war with Blake Lively, which seems to me, initially I felt quite sorry for Blake Lively. I've been reading all the messages between them all, and which he's been putting out, obviously. And it just seems like a pair of absolute weapons-grade narcissists.
You're going to sue Blake Lively too?
Into oblivion, Megan. Wait till you see this lawsuit.
Oh boy. Well, for what?
I'm just going to tell you, you're going to have to wait and see. It's coming up soon.
Somebody is not a fan of the truth getting out there. I'm a fan of the truth. Or at least hearing all sides. And more you know, the more perspective, context, and full understanding you can hopefully achieve.
In a shocking and unexpected turn of events, British journalist Piers Morgan has made a startling claim that Hollywood sensation Blake Lively is preparing to testify against her husband, Ryan Reynolds, in a highly anticipated future trial. Although the details of the case remain shrouded in mystery, Morgan's revelation has sent shockwaves rippling through the entertainment industry, leaving fans and media outlets scrambling for answers. The beloved Hollywood power couple, known for their strong bond and playful public interactions, now finds themselves at the center of intense speculation. Could this case unravel hidden secrets about their seemingly perfect relationship? What charges, if any, are involved?
Spray gunning each other with much dirt as they could possibly, having spewed lovey-dovey stuff to each other for months on end. I mean, again, critical here, this is in your world. You know, I thought it was a great film. I got to say, I've not been to the cinema and actually sat through a movie and been as quiet and as attentive as I was to that in a long time. I thought it was very, very well done. A, you agree, and B, what do you make of these two now just trying to destroy each other in public?
Well, A, I haven't seen the movie yet, so I can't speak
it's
to
really
that.
It's really good, honestly. I highly recommend it. I thought it was great. And they're both great in it,
the drama. Yeah, I mean, as for the drama between them, if what he's alleging is true, she sounds like an absolute knight.
As curiosity grows and theories spread like wildfire, all eyes are now on Lively and Reynolds, waiting for the truth to unfold. This highly anticipated adaptation of Colleen Hoover's 2016 best-selling novel offers a deeply emotional and thought-provoking exploration of trauma, domestic abuse, and the delicate complexities of love. At the heart of the story is Blake Lively, who delivers a powerful performance as Lily Bloom, a woman navigating the highs and lows of an intense relationship.
A story that covers domestic violence, but it's not about domestic violence, it's about this woman.
Let's talk about the way that Blake Lively has been promoting It Ends With Us and how it's problematic, especially for a movie about domestic violence. So you might have seen this promo video. It's still on the It Ends With Us TikTok account. And in this video, she is sitting next to, I believe, Colleen Hoover, and she tells the viewer to grab your friend, wear your florals, and go see the movie, implying this is a lighthearted movie, rom-com, chick flick, and it most definitely is not. Full disclosure, I haven't seen the movie yet. I've seen a lot of TikToks about the movie, and I've heard that the movie itself and domestic violence portrayed within it drew audible gasps within the movie theater, and then sobs from people as well. So marketing it as this is irresponsible. Her character's name in the film is Lily Bloom, and she's been wearing a floral. Critique here would be that it's not about you.
You don't often see messy women in film. I feel like this is a film that's important to be made because just as an actor, I am not often given the opportunity to tell the story of a woman that really experiences the entire spectrum of female or any human experience, you know? Like when you experience pain or trauma or darkness or sadness, that's your character. Or if you're light and levity and love and joy and hope, then that's your character. You don't often see a woman that gets to be so multifaceted because you don't often see messy women in film. And so to be able to be a woman who's contradicting herself, but yet it makes complete sense, and seeing the messiness of the human experience, I think is a beautiful thing to see because it makes people feel seen, not alone. And I know that's how I felt when I read Lily.
One that shifts unpredictably between passionate devotion and heartbreaking devastation. Given the film's deeply sensitive themes, an exceptionally meticulous and emotionally aware marketing approach was essential, one that not only resonated with general audiences but also showed empathy and respect toward survivors of abuse. The promotional campaign sought to strike a delicate balance between generating excitement and handling the subject matter with the gravity it deserves. However, despite these efforts, controversy has emerged surrounding Lively's involvement in the film's advertising strategy. Some critics and viewers have voiced concerns, arguing that certain promotional tactics may have been misaligned with the film's somber and emotionally charged narrative.
So when they were filming It Ends With Us in front of my parents' place, I can't really speak to the entire movie, but specifically for this one scene, the only time that we did see her was like specifically when she was filming. I want to say she pulled up like 10 minutes before shooting, discussed a little bit, and then the cameras were rolling, and then she quickly cleared out. But I honestly don't know how much interaction she had with bystanders. There were a lot of people who wanted an autograph, like a photo, or get their book signed, but they blocked off basically the entire block during the time of filming. So I'm not sure about how any of her interactions went, if there were any at all. I will say she did drop.
As discussions surrounding the film's marketing intensify, a broader conversation is unfolding about how movies addressing such profound and sensitive issues should be promoted. How can filmmakers generate awareness and anticipation without diminishing the weight of the subject matter? What responsibilities do actors and studios hold in ensuring their promotional efforts remain appropriate and considerate? As anticipation for the film continues to build, these questions linger, fueling debate and further intrigue around its release. The controversy surrounding the film's marketing took a dramatic turn when a haircare brand and themed cocktails, such as the provocatively named While You Wait, were introduced as promotional tie-ins. While seemingly intended to add a creative and immersive element to the film's release, these marketing choices quickly sparked outrage.
Now, Baldoni's lawsuit is 179 pages, so in terms of time to read through it all, I want to read you a direct quote from the complaint that essentially summarizes everything that Baldoni is alleging. He says, Lively wields immense power as one of the world's best-known celebrities. She set out to destroy plaintiffs' livelihoods and businesses if it did not bend to her incessant demands, and when they refused to give way, she did exactly that, accusing them of foul and reprehensible misconduct. Now, I reached out to Baldoni's attorney, who tells me that they have copious amounts of text messages and emails and other evidence that they say proves that Baldoni did nothing wrong. I reached out to a representative for Blake and Ryan. They have not responded yet.
We're going to be talking all things Blake Lively and her legal complaint that she's filed against her It Ends With Us co-star Justin Baldoni. Yes, the It Ends With Us movie drama does in fact not end. What's interesting about this story to Justin Baldoni of it all, he is a self-proclaimed male feminist, he's woke, he speaks out against sexual assault and sexual harassment, even toxic masculinity, and now in this legal complaint filed by Blake Lively, he's being accused of sexual harassment.
I challenge you to see if you can use the same quality that you feel make you a man to go deeper into your, and will you be man enough to stand up to other men who hear locker room talk? When you hear stories of sexual harassment, when you hear your boys talking about grabbing ass or getting her drunk, please stand up and do something so that one day we don't have to live in a world where a woman has to risk everything and come forward to say the words me.
It's gonna be really awkward if these allegations are true. I will say, just for the record, I'm not a fan of either of these individuals, and something about both of them rubs me the wrong.
Critics and audiences alike were appalled that such products appeared to glorify or trivialize a deeply controversial character and the sensitive subject matter at the heart of the story. Many believe that these commercial tie-ins were more focused on capitalizing on the film's popularity rather than respecting its core themes of trauma and survival. This led to a heated debate about whether such marketing strategies were ethical or entirely tone-deaf.
Justin Baldoni is now involving Taylor Swift in a lawsuit against Blake Lively. So Justin Baldoni is suing Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and their publicists for over $400 million for all the Ends With Us drama. Now he's name-dropping Taylor Swift, Blake's bestie, in the mix. Thankfully, Taylor Swift is not being sued, but she's mentioned in his 179-page paper complaint, and he's alleging that Taylor's fame was used to pressure him during production. And it really all stems from this penthouse situation where Blake and Ryan live. Apparently, there was a meeting there with all of them, and Taylor Swift was actually present, and Blake ended up rewriting one of the scenes. And even after the meeting was over, Baldoni texted Blake this, saying, "I gotta put my glasses on this one, the font is too small." Also was working rooftop scene today. Really love what you did. Makes it so much more fun and interesting, and I would have felt the same way without Ryan and Taylor.
This was a sinister PR move. Blake Lively then moved 11 days later to file a lawsuit. So now she has filed a suit, and I don't think she ever wanted to do this. I think she genuinely wanted this to be a PR move, and she wanted to leak it to the New York Times. She thought the public would take her side with no questions asked, and instead the public is saying, no, we have a few questions here. And Justin Baldoni is going
all the way to the wall on this. His lawyer is already giving interviews explaining just how nasty her team has played this. The lawyer's name is Brian Freeman. He stopped by the Megyn Kelly show, and here's something that he had to say. First, he says there used to never be a claim. There never was a claim until she went to that civil rights office. Take a listen.
There was actually no allegation of harassment until the lawsuit.
Further amplifying concerns about the film's promotional approach. As the marketing backlash intensified, another shocking development rocked the film's production. A highly publicized legal battle between lead actress Blake Lively and Baldoni. In December 2024, Lively officially filed a complaint, accusing Baldoni of engaging in inappropriate and unethical behavior on the set of It Ends With Us.
Ryan Reynolds is backing his wife Blake Lively 100%, but his claims on Justin Baldoni are being proved false, where Justin Baldoni just exposed him. And in 2024, doing the movie Deadpool and Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds introduced the character of Nice Pool, saying it was his own creation. The character of Nice Pool had one interesting line where we were talking about the character Lady Deadpool, which was voiced by Blake Lively, saying she just had a baby but still looks good. And because of that, Blake Lively's co-star Justin Baldoni has come out saying the character of Nice Pool was created just to make fun of him, and that line was used to bring up the idea that Justin Baldoni was critical of Blake Lively's post-pregnancy weight. That movie came out, nobody's been celebrating despite it making $350 million, with Blake Lively suing Justin Baldoni for sexual harassment and Ryan Reynolds supporting her. Now Justin Baldoni has come out against Ryan Reynolds, pointing out that Ryan Reynolds actually liked him throughout the entire process of filming, and even texted Justin Baldoni at one point saying, "I just happen to adore you." Justin Baldoni's claim is that Reynolds actually loved Baldoni until Ryan Reynolds wanted to take over and do a rewrite of the script, which he wouldn't allow, and then after that point, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds turned on him. Because that, Baldoni is suing Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds for $400 million.
Her allegations painted a troubling picture of unprofessional conduct, including instances of discomforting interactions during filming and persistent, invasive inquiries into her personal life. Lively's claims suggested that Baldoni's behavior went beyond minor disagreements, instead pointing to a toxic work environment that affected not only her but also the film's overall production.
Despite the fact that the New York Times claimed that they had thousands of pages that were handed over by Blake's team in order to confirm the details to publish in the New York Times, right? Except she wants to subpoena all of their phone records, including locations, text message, regardless of the recipient, regardless of the subject matter, dating back 2 years. Which to me tells me, one, she clearly doesn't have any evidence to prove this if she's had at least 2 months now since the filing of her original complaint to pull something together, right? To pull a rabbit out of the hat. But if we're gonna go back 2 years, she's saying that what, this alleged smear campaign dated back 2 years against her? That doesn't sound like she's looking for evidence. That sounds like she's looking for dirt. Sounds like her legal team plans to comb through all the phone records to find something incriminating. Now, this is my own speculation, my own theory. I'm not stating this as fact, but it kind of sounds like they want to dig some info to maybe strong arm Baldoni's legal. Because why else would you want access to all that in?
However, in a stunning twist, Baldoni fired back with a countersuit, alleging that Lively, along with her husband Ryan Reynolds, had intentionally defamed him and sought to destroy his career. He claimed that the couple's influence and star power were being used to manipulate public perception and damage his professional reputation.
Pooning her article. So the statement says, in addition, let me start at the beginning here. Here's the statement says. The framing in this picture is outrageously insulting as it plays into every trope about women who dare to file a workplace complaint, turning them into the aggressor and suggesting they deserve the retaliation that comes their way. In addition, the story is extremely offensive as it incredibly seems to explain away documented examples of SNITCH and retaliation by calling them cultural misunderstandings. This statement from her is unbelievable. This woman is the most tone-deaf and ridiculous. I can't even. What examples are you sharing?
What is problematic about this? Well, let me tell you what the former King of Dragons thinks. The framing in this picture is outrageously insulting as it plays into every trope about women who dare file a workplace complaint, turning them into the aggressor and suggesting they deserve the retaliation that comes their way. Lulu Lively knows exactly what she's doing.
With both sides locked in a fierce legal battle, the controversy surrounding It Ends With Us has only deepened, overshadowing the film itself and leaving fans, industry insiders, and media outlets in a frenzy. As the case unfolds, many are left wondering whether this legal dispute will impact the film's success or if it will become yet another chapter in Hollywood's long history of behind-the-scenes scandals. The ongoing legal battle has not only gripped the public's attention, but has also ignited widespread discussions about workplace ethics, power dynamics in Hollywood, and the challenges faced by those who come forward with allegations against influential figures. This high-profile dispute has turned into more than just a courtroom drama. It has become a case study on the complexities of accountability, reputation, and influence within the entertainment industry. Adding another layer to the controversy is Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds, whose involvement has further intensified the situation. According to Baldoni, Reynolds initially showed support for him during the filming of It Ends With Us.
Yesterday, I told you all that The Hollywood Reporter shared what I think is one of the most important reads to help us understand what truly happened on the set of their movie. But Bossy Blake is not a fan of the piece. In fact, the expert in taking zero accountability is attacking the respected Hollywood trade publication. A rep for the aspiring lawyer who has taken authorship of her court case has said, quote, "The Hollywood Reporter should be ashamed of itself." Not only do they take issue with the article itself, but also with the image used to promote the latest issue. They've got the cover and it looks like this. Bum bum bum! Versus Baldoni, an exclusive look behind the battle lines of Hollywood's uncivil war.
Even going so far as to send him messages of gratitude and encouragement. However, tensions reportedly escalated when Reynolds attempted to exert creative influence over the project, allegedly pushing for changes to the film script. Baldoni claims that when he resisted these alterations, it led to a major rift between them. He further alleges that Reynolds' decision to side with Lively in the legal battle was not solely about the allegations, but was also driven by underlying resentment from their creative differences, which ultimately fractured their professional relationship beyond repair. A particularly intriguing aspect of the case is Lively's request for 2 years' worth of Baldoni's records. Legal analysts speculate that such an extensive request suggests she lacks direct, indisputable evidence against him.
Yesterday, The Hollywood Reporter dropped this insane cover. Blake vs. Baldoni, an exclusive look behind the battle lines of Hollywood's uncivil war. Clearly, there's a lot going on in this cover. When I saw this cover, I knew that Blake Lively was going to be upset, but I didn't expect her to comment on it so publicly. A spokesperson for Blake Lively said The Hollywood Reporter should be ashamed of itself. The framing picture is outrageously insulting as it plays into every trope a woman who dare file a workplace complaint, turning them into the aggressor and suggesting they deserve the retaliation that comes there.
Typically, a complaint focuses on the immediate period surrounding the alleged misconduct, but by demanding 2 years' worth of data, Lively's legal team may be hoping to uncover patterns of behavior that support her claims. Critics argue that this approach raises questions about whether her case is built on concrete proof or a broader attempt to find incriminating material through extensive digital history. Further fueling the media storm, Blake Lively found herself at the center of another controversy in February 2025 after a highly publicized and divisive Hollywood Reporter cover story. The feature not only intensified speculation about the legal dispute, but also reignited debates about the blurred lines between justice, personal vendettas, and the power of celebrity influence.
The soon-to-be former actress thinks that she is smarter. I hate to break it to you, Nepo baby, but we are not dumb. Most people can clearly see that this is a reference to David versus Goliath. I think The Hollywood Reporter has been watching my videos or any of the interviews where I've spoken about this, and I've repeatedly compared it to a modern day David versus Goliath. Just imagine her husband right behind her head.
Well, it looks like Blake Lively is furious about the Hollywood Reporter cover that came out yesterday. I think we've all seen the cover. Blake even had one of her representatives make a public statement about the cover, and wait until you guys hear what this representative said. So yesterday, The Hollywood Reporter dropped this insane cover. Blake vs. Baldoni, an exclusive look at the battle lines of Hollywood's uncivil war. Clearly, there's a lot going on in this cover. I made a whole separate video about all of the symbolism if you are interested in that. When I saw this cover, I knew that Blake Lively was going to be set, but I didn't expect her to comment on it so publicly. A spokesperson for Blake Lively said The Hollywood Reporter should be ashamed of itself. The framing of this picture is outrageously insulting, is into every trope about a woman who dare file a workplace.
As the legal battle rages on, the entertainment world watches closely, with many wondering whether this high-stakes clash will redefine industry standards or simply become another cautionary tale in Hollywood's long history of behind-the-scenes power struggles. Originally intended to represent the actors' legal battle, the image drew harsh criticism for being perceived as disrespectful and seeming to downplay serious charges. It shows Lively using a slingshot to throw a cell phone at her co-star, Justin Baldoni, who is holding a copy of the film source material. The Lively spokeswoman denounced the cover as blatantly insulting, arguing that it reinforces the notion that women who complain about their jobs are antagonistic and ought to face consequences. The representative also attacked the accompanying piece for purportedly ignoring recorded cases of retaliation and wrongdoing as cultural misinterpretations. By implying that the alleged cases of wrongdoing and retaliation were only cultural misinterpretations, the accompanying article made matters worse. Lively's team was incensed by this article, and her spokesman stressed how it minimizes the seriousness of the charges and diminishes the viewpoints of those affected by making grave claims seem like straightforward misunderstandings. The article was viewed as demeaning and as denying Lively's assertions.